Welcome to another Ancestry Sidebar episode from Circle Ancestry. This is Sidebar number 4. In this series, I'm continuing to look at data trends in my ancestral villages with an eye to shedding some light on their way of life. Today I'm going to refocus on the village of Harichovce, specifically on marriage data according to the church records from 1875 to 1895. That 21-year period includes the marriage of my great-grandparents Jan Fefra and Maria Shevchik. Starting with a familiar view in this series, let's look at the number of marriages per year during that period. This ranges from 3 weddings per year up to 13, with no clear pattern or trend. The average annual number of weddings was 7.4. With Harichovce having a population of about 600 people at that time, that works out to about 12.3 weddings annually per 1,000 population. I looked up recent USA statistics as a point of reference. Across all the 2010s, the annual average was about 6.8 marriages per 1,000 people, roughly half the rate. Comparing a single small village in Slovak Hungary 100 plus years ago with the whole modern USA isn't apples to apples. Maybe it's more like apples to woolly mammoths, but I still find the contrast interesting. The next chart is really 2 in 1. These bar charts are laid over one another, with blue bars representing the age of grooms at marriage and pink bars representing brides. The horizontal axis is only labeled every other year, but there's a bar for every single year. The height of each bar shows the number of people across the entire 21 years who were of that age, according to the records. Let me point out my observations. Both datasets basically exhibit a bell-shaped curve. The blue curve peaks more to the right, meaning grooms tended to be of a higher age. The most common groom's age is 24, while the peak is at 20 years of age for brides. Note that the distribution of the blue bars is tighter. The bell-shaped curve is narrower with a higher peak. The 3-year range from 23 to 25 years for men accounts for 58% of all marriages. In comparison, the 5-year range for women from 18 to 22 accounts for about 54% of all marriages. There's a long tail of less frequent marriage ages on the high side of the graph. Some people didn't get married for the first time until later in life, but there are also several second or subsequent marriages represented. In fact, I didn't check this specifically, but it occurs to me that there could be some individual people that appear in this record set more than once. Since this analysis spans 21 years, someone getting married, then being widowed, then remarrying within that period is certainly possible. Also keep in mind that these ages are all per the church records. As I mentioned in the death records analysis of Sidebar number 2, recorded ages can be inaccurate. As an example, the marriage record from 1886 of my great-grandparents in Harichovce are wrong for both husband and wife, with one being listed a year too old and the other a year too young. Here's another cut of the data. This compares bride and groom ages for individual marriages. I've calculated the age of the husband minus the age of the wife, shown across the horizontal axis. Positive numbers indicate an older husband. Negative number means the wife was older. This shows us that the most common age difference was 4 years, with the husband's age being greater. We see again a bell-shaped distribution tailing off as we work our way out in either direction. There are a couple of blips here and there, but it generally tails off gradually toward either end. The largest age difference where the husband was older was 24 years, and when the wife was older, 21 years. One other cut of the data shows what I've called the marriage type, and by that I simply mean whether it was a first marriage or whether one or both spouses were widowed. Here I show all 4 of those different combinations. The big bar represents first marriages for both husband and wife. Those 112 events were about 72% of all the marriages from 1875 to 1895. In these cases, the average age difference was approximately 4 years. Average age 25 for husband, 21 for wife. We also see 20 marriages where both the husband and the wife were widowed, about 13% of all marriages. Average age difference, about 7 years. Average age 53 for husband, 46 for wife. On the left is the situation where it's the first marriage for the husband, but the wife was a widow. There were 9 of those, or about 6% of the total. Average age difference about 9 years. Average age 27 for husband, 36 for wife. Finally, the right bar counts first marriages for the wife where the husband was a widower, with 14 events, or about 9% of the total. Average age difference about 12 years. Average age 38 for husband, 26 for wife. I find it interesting that in the marriages involving one widowed spouse where the other was entering their first marriage, the average age of the previously unmarried spouse tends to be higher than the typical age when both spouses are entering their first marriage. Perhaps those previously unmarried people missed the boat in finding a suitable mate during their prime marrying years, and in a sense had to settle for a widowed person. One might also see it as the widowed person settling for a leftover. Maybe that's a bit of a harsh view, and I don't have direct support for that idea, but I'll throw that out as a bit of speculation for today. Let me know what you think. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this view of Harichovce marriages from 1875 to 1895. Thanks for watching today. Please like and subscribe, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.